On tonight, we will conclude our study from 1 Peter 3:15, where we have talked about the importance of being able to share a testimony, to give a defense, or to give an answer about the faith that is in us. This is so important as we hope to win souls for Christ. If you wonder why we belabor this point, it's because the Bible teaches us about the awfulness of hell and the eternal torment of what hell will be like. And if we love people, if we care about people, we want to do everything that we can to help someone, in fact, everyone that we can, to make heaven their home. While everyone may not be a skilled orator or polished in Hebrew and Greek, everyone has a testimony to share. Everyone has something insightful and powerful, and that God has blessed you, and you can bless others with that information. One of the scriptures I'd like for you to think about as we talk about giving an answer is actually Matthew chapter 5, verse number 16. Matthew 5, verse 16 is a familiar verse in the Bible. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Very simple passage, but it has such profound meaning. When we talk about sharing our testimony and allowing our lights to shine, here are some thoughts that we need to be aware of. Number one, we need to be willing to expose our life before Christ. Christians should never act as if we have never been sinners or have never been separated from God. We need to let people know what our life was like when we lived without purpose, when we were disobedient to God, to talk about some of the consequences that we had for bad choices, the feelings we had of guilt and shame, and the dismal, dark outlook that came as a result of just living each day to the fullest with no real sense of purpose or guidance or direction for our lives. The reason that's important as you share your testimony is because you have to be able to reach people. And it's hard to reach people when they feel that you can't relate to them. Intentionally or unintentionally, Christians can come across as if they've never done anything wrong and like they're looking down their nose at those who have done wrong. When we can relate to people by sharing with them our weaknesses and vulnerabilities and our sin past, it helps them to see the hope in their grace present. Not only must we expose our life before Christ, we must be able to express how our life has changed since Christ. We need to be excited to talk about the new life, to talk about being alive in Christ, to talk about renewal. We need to be able to give examples of how our life has changed and how we are better. It's not just enough to tell people they need to be in the church. Well, why? What has it done for you? That said, we need to be able to exalt Christ in every part of our lives. Do we talk like Christians? Do our lifestyle choices show a consistency with what it means to be a child of God? Every person is either a liable or a Bible. You're either a liability to the cause of Christ, or you are a Bible who are a walking representation of what it means to be a child of God. You see, letting your light so shine is about living your life in a way that people see Christ. That's why the last part of Matthew 5:16 says, that they may glorify your Father which is in heaven. Oftentimes we think that it takes so many great efforts, great skills and techniques to win souls. It may be as simple as just letting your light shine. This has been another installment of A Few Minutes with the Minister.